Hello on a cold night in early 2008. In a building called Financial Building in Taiwan, there's been a strange disappearance. We both went into the elevator together and then disappeared a trace. The case above, it's one of 10 mysterious cases. Not found out the top answers Taiwan. Even, there's been a lot of speculation about spiritual phenomena. Come with me back to 2008 to find out what's going on in the story. The place where the incident took place was in the city, in the west of the island of Taiwan. There's a town here called the Forest. It's an important transport hub in the central region, Taiwan, with a unique natural and cultural landscape. In a central area of the forest, there's a building called the Financial Building. And today's story takes place here. The 20th of January 2008, it was a Sunday weekend. According to the lunar calendar, that's the 13th of December 2007, that's about half a month before Tet. That night the police were in town. I got a call from a man. Tell him his wife and 4-year-old daughter are missing. You and your family have searched many places but no results. They're hoping the police can help you find your wife. The man on the surname John, living in Seto Town, Zhonghua District. His wife is 37 years old. Tell me, that afternoon, you and your wife had a fight. His wife was angry and took those 4 children away, and not holding the phone. Your wife's house is very close by. It only takes 3 minutes by motorbike, so I think that maybe your wife went home with the kids. When the anger subsides, she'd be back. But I don't see my wife coming home in the evening. She doesn't have a phone. So he went to his wife's parents' house to look for. Turns out the 3 older kids are there right now. But your wife and 4-year-old daughter are nowhere to be seen. He then contacted his wife's acquaintances and friends, but there was no result. I feel like something is wrong, so I called the police. After hearing the report on the case, the police found that she didn't bring her phone, wallet or photo, and she's carrying a 4-year-old daughter. Maybe she didn't go far. So, they've been conducting searches around the neighborhood, and the parents gave birth but couldn't find anything. The police then, I sent your mother's information into the missing persons database and notify the search team. To the 24th of January 2008. 4 days after my mother went missing, the district police department received a report. The reporter is a security guard of the financial building. Tell him there's a strange motorcycle parked in front of the building's parking lot. It's been a few days, but no one's been there. He's been working in the building for years. It's very familiar to the people in the building, as well as their vehicles. Residents' cars are usually parked in a parking position. It's not like that. But the car it's not the residence. It's parked right in front of the building's parking lot. The key is still in the car. At that time he thought, the owner of the car is in a hurry. I'll be right back. But it's been days and no one's come to pick up the car. He felt strange, so called the police to ask them to pull the car away. According to the number plate, Chron Hua police found out the owner of the car is 37 years old. Lives in Seto Town 8 kilometers away. That's the girl who went missing 4 days ago. After hearing the news, police immediately went to the building to investigate. The strange thing is that her husband said, your wife doesn't know who's in that building, and I've never seen her mention that building. When conducting an inspection of the building, a guard of the building said, in the morning of January 21st, while working, I found a big jacket, red and pink, on the floor of the elevator. There is also a pair of women's shoes. I thought it was something dropped by the residents, so I put 2 shirts in the lobby on the first floor, but after many days, no one came to get it. According to police information, when he went missing, she was wearing a red jacket, and the 4-year-old is wearing a pink jacket. The police suspect that those 2 shirts, it belongs to your mother who disappeared a few days ago, based on the clues on the police who pulled out the camera supervision in the building, looking for information about your mother, and saw a very strange sight. About 20 hours. Yusef Hosea panicked parking his motorcycle outside the building. and hugged her little girl and hurried inside. She told the building manager that two girls went to see a friend, then go straight into the elevator. After getting inside, she didn't hesitate to press the 11th floor. This is also the top floor of the building. When the elevator doors are closed, she's performed a series of puzzling acts. She quickly took off her red jacket and my daughter's pink jacket. Throw it on the ground, even take off your shoes. Your actions are a little confusing. After the elevator to the 11th floor, she picked up her daughter in a hurry. The next surveillance video, external land photo of the building show. She carried her daughter towards the stairs. That staircase can lead to the roof, or go down any floor, and there's no surveillance. Follow the clues. Then she went out in anger. Also take off your clothes, and go up to the top floor of the building. The police thought she might want to give up her life. The investigators searched carefully areas around the building. They even climbed some of the lower buildings next door, but there's still no sign of abnormality. The police also checked all the boxes of 13 cameras. Surveillance in the building. I didn't see a picture of the two of them leave the building. According to the investigation, the 37-year-old, I grew up in a small town in Taiwan. It's about a 7-minute drive from her house to the building. After finishing high school, because to take the economic burden off the family, she went to Taipei to learn hairdressing. She was also very beautiful when she was young. Dress fashion and be stylish. There were a lot of people chasing her. When in Taipei, there was a man who came, find the parents of the army, and he wants to connect. I hope she will become their daughter-in-law. Then her mother also decided to get married. For my daughter. The man who married her was Mr. Zhang. Zhang's family was rich and had a lot of land. They can help a lot financially for their home. Save after finishing hairdressing. The Hu army returned to their homeland in Trong Hua. By order of her parents, she must marry the Zhang family. After they got married, they had 3 children together. 2 girls and a boy. The family lives in an isolated house. With the financial help of her husband's family, you don't have to worry about finances. She quit her job and became a full-time wife to take care of the family. In the eyes of outsiders, they're a happy family. But in fact, there are some problems in their family. Even though very rich, but he's an alcoholic. Whenever drunk, his temper became very irritated. Go home, fight with your wife, even beat your wife. After a few years together, the army could not stand such suffering. They chose to divorce. She raised 3 children alone and lives in a small town. After the divorce, you are often judged by others, and it's not easy for her to have another marriage. Sometime after the divorce, I regret my behavior, and asked his ex-wife to come back to him. I even swore I wouldn't drink anymore. The army also thinks a lot. Think of the 3 children, to live in poverty. You can't hold your heart. So they remarried. After remarrying, the couple gave birth to another baby girl. This is the girl who disappeared with her. After remarriage, I completely forgot the old promise. He started drinking again and beating his wife. 2 people have conflicts more often. The couple wanted to divorce again. But thinking of my youngest daughter who's still young, and now she's 37. Remarriage is not easy. Finding a job is not easy either. So silently endured everything. A few days before the incident, your family said, your mental state is unstable. At noon the day of the incident, the 2 of them had a conflict that made her leave home. In a fit of anger. I can't advise you coldly. If you want to go, take the kids. At about 2 p.m., she drove her children by motorbike. She took the 4 children home first. Not long after, she and her 4-year-old daughter left their mother's house. Unexpected after that, your mother and son disappeared without a trace, as if it had evaporated. Chinese New Year is coming. The police hope that they can find you as soon as possible. Let their families be reunited. Some information about the case. The case was also widely publicized. Hope that insiders can provide more clues. Hizun's mother cries with TV reporter, and said that the child is still small and got sick a few days ago. I hope you can come home soon. Her 3 children also kept calling her mother. The police also conducted a series of the investigations, but still no results. Time goes by. The incident was also forgotten by everyone. In 2013, 5 years after they went missing. It's about a Canadian girl named Eliza Lam has made paper on everyone's attention. All over the world, the girl had a series of strange actions in the elevator. After the incident happened, people remember what happened 5 years ago. The missing person in the elevator. To mom and daughter saved. There's also some strange behavior in the elevator. They've since given the case a name. Eliza Lam Taiwan version. After getting everyone's attention for a long time, the police decided to restart the investigation. They once again visit the family and friends of Hu Quan. Her eldest daughter said, "Since my mother and sister went missing, the family prayed to the gods. The gods said that my mother and I will go out for 2 days and then come back. But until now, the family still has no information about the mother and sister." The police investigated the credit card, debit card, health insurance card, Hu Quan's immigration records and so on. Since you went missing, no records have been used. If you and your daughter are still alive, she's also of school age. The police also checked the children's information, but nothing was discovered, so the two of them actually evaporated. Come back with me to the area. The two of them showed up for the last time. The financial building above. There are 11 floors on the ground and 2 floors underground. It's a local post-active building, higher than the surrounding houses. The location of the building is the intersection of several roads. About 8 p.m., they got in the elevator and went up to the 11th floor. The 11th floor is uninhabited. It's just a worship area and some offices. There are 2 cameras outside the elevator on both sides. Follow the camera on the right side of the elevator. After leaving the elevator, the two of us headed to the stairs. Stairs can lead to the roof and any of the floors below, but there's no surveillance on the stairs, so you can't judge. They both go up or down. Let's say they go to the roof. There's water powder on the roof, transformer box and some other equipment. The door to the roof was locked. The police have also repeatedly be careful to look around. On the roof they also open the water tanks to check. And 6 control all areas like transformer box, fire vent and many different pipes. But no trace was found. Wall around the roof. At the front of the building. Higher than a normal adult man. Girl on hand. It's not easy if you want to climb over. The floors on both sides are lower, only about 1.5 meters high. On both sides of the building are houses with 4 floors. The distance from the roof to the roof of those houses, it's 7 to 8 floors apart. Difference about 20 meters. If they want to get out of the building, it's very dangerous to climb over the bunker. The police also checked carefully the roofs next door. There was no trace either. It should also exclude the possibility they both jumped out of the building. In another case, the two of them went down the stairs and find a way to jump to the next roof. I want to do that. You have to go home. Of the residents on the 4th floor of the building, then let's go through the window. But the residents of the building said, they can't see you too. So the above case is not possible. From the 3rd to the 10th floor of the building is the residential area of the residents. The corridors of the upper floors are not equipped with cameras. The police officer also asked each resident, but no one saw the two of them. The 2nd floor of the building is a shop. At that time the store was closed, and the 2nd floor entrance on the stairs is locked. The 1st floor is the lobby of the building with a front desk. There are a total of 4 surveillance cameras, and it all shows just a picture of you walking into the building, not leaving there. At that time, the case is considered a missing person. It's not a felony. According to the law, if there is no evidence, shall not be compelled and the habitation of the inhabitants to search. That can only ask Khan to take testimony from the mouth of the residents. If people deliberately hide for you too, it's also hard to find out. All that's left is 2 basements. The first basement is the ballroom, usually open until 12 p.m. At the time of the event, the room is still active. Owner. The room said, I didn't see my parents that day. The basement has 2 exits. The first exit is a special staircase of the ballroom. You just go up the stairs. If you open the door, you can go outside the building. This is the main entrance to the basement. In particular, there are 2 surveillance cameras, one towards the door, roll one up towards the foot of the stairs. And 2 mother and son she saved are not found in the camera. Monitoring the second exit is relatively hidden. It's in the air-conditioned room. There's a vertical escape ladder. An escape ladder can lead up to the back of the building. There's no surveillance here. In theory, the 2 of them can leave the building. The second basement is the parking lot. There are a total of 4 surveillance cameras. And there's 3 possible ways out of the building. The first way to leave is to use a car lift. First, the car has to go to the elevator and start it by a remote control. Then the ladder will take the car to the first floor and can go out of the building. There are 2 cameras in the parking lot looking at the elevator area, and there's no picture of you 2. She saved recorded. Police. We also checked the vehicles in the building, including dash cams, but there's no trace of your mother. Another possibility. It's their mother and son into a car in the dead corner of the camera, and then successfully left. The second way out is that area has 2 vertical escape ladder next to the car bridge. From there you can go up to the first basement, and left again. Follow the exit ladder in the air-conditioned room. The third way is life. Follow the back door of the garage to go to the building next door. However, the investigation showed that door is locked and hasn't been used for a long time. The dust is still there, and there's no sign of infringement. In the ways I just listed above, there's a total of 3 ways they can get out. Some of the residents in the building let the 2 of them stay, then try to leave the building. Second, exit by emergency stairs, vertically in the basement. Third, from the blind spot of the second basement camera. Get in your car and leave the building by elevator for car. Of course, as if they want to avoid all the cameras monitoring, they must be very familiar with the terrain and the location. Camera here. Clearly, the army can't do that. The police also checked the cameras. Supervision of shops around the court. Home, but still found nothing. 15 years after the incident. Housing prices of financial buildings. There's no movement. While adjacent areas have increased several times, the apartments and shops in the building are also difficult to resell because your mother has not been found. So there's been a lot of spiritual legends. Land transmission here. Some people do that. Red clothes are the characteristic thing to summon demons. And what every soldier takes off in the elevator, it's a red jacket. The strange behavior of 2 people in the elevator could be due to the 2 of them incited the devil and were possessed. Some people also speculate that Chron has a lover in the financial building. After arguing with my husband, she took her little girl there with her. Taking off your clothes in an elevator makes sense. Determined to leave her husband, that lover was. I've been covering both of them for a long time. When the story settles down, they left the building and changed their name. They lived in another area. Some even speculate that the lover above is married. After knowing 2 mothers, when her son arrived, his wife discovered and killed him. Mother and son. He then flew to a secret location. So it hasn't been discovered. However, if so, the 2 of them had to go up to the lover's floor. Not going to the 11th floor, because the 11th floor doesn't have any residents. In addition, the police also investigated the contact records via your mobile phone. There was no sign of adultery. The same year her mother disappeared. In Zhonghua district, there was also a case of 2 spiritual mothers disappear after leaving the house. 12 years later, in 2020, the district police have found their information, and the case has been solved. I know that Lin and her husband are divorced. The husband has custody of his daughter. To get you, Lin escaped with me from the area. Ms. Lin refused to receive a health insurance card and other papers. She's not allowed to go to school. They've both been hiding for 12 years. When the police found them both, the daughter is 23 years old and weighs only 36 kilograms. The spirit of the local police. It's been raised a lot. After your mother's disappearance happened in the same place, point and the same year, has been solved. They hope to find your mother as soon as possible. However, up to the present time, my mother and I still didn't reveal any information. Whether they're alive or not is a big question mark. It's been 15 years. The mother of 3 is still alive. Now the daughter. The youngest 4 years old was also 19 to 20 years old. The family said, even though there's no hope that you're alive. But they never gave up to find out the truth about their disappearance. As time goes by, everything remains a mystery. I still hope that both of them are still alive and soon return to be reunited with his family. Today's video ends here. I'll see you in the next video. Hi.